All right, Saagar, what are you looking at?
Well, everyone, I'm here in Los Angeles to speak at a conference, but I've been seeing some very troubling signs all around me. Those signs are gas prices. Gas prices are $6.50, almost $7 a gallon. Los Angeles is the only city in the country which has an average in the city of $6. And some of the people I've spoken to, working class Americans, some of whom drive Uber and others, are really struggling right now. And it just goes to the question of what can actually be done. And whenever we talk about what needs to be done, we have to consider what the problem is. And one of the main problems right now is Wall Street. Let's go ahead and put this up there on the screen, which is that the Dallas Federal Reserve went ahead and surveyed 100 oil and gas executives, and they all gave an overwhelming reason why there has not been more domestic production. It is not about the Biden administration. It's not even about policy. It is, quote, investor pressure to maintain capital discipline. And this is something I've been trying to hammer home for a lot of you over the last couple of weeks, because understanding what has gone wrong in the oil market is the key to what exactly can be done about it, which is that these guys spent about a decade of using cheap capital and burning hundreds of billions of dollars on drilling in domestic production. Now, that could be great. And the problem, though, was COVID, and the price went ahead and went all the way down in 2020, and it killed a lot of their ability in order to reap any profit. So it's at a time like this, whenever gas prices are extremely high, that they are then reaping the rewards of those high gas prices and paying themselves back. And when we have such a capital imbalance like that, there's only one actor that can do anything about it, and that's the government. A lot of what we see right now, Crystal, are these opportunities there are these proposals, for example, from the governor of California to give people gas cards, or not even per household, but per vehicle, or even gas tax relief. And look, I support some of that in general in order to reduce pressure. But the problem is production and supply. And there is just no current effort by the administration in order to boost supply in a way that we could in the near term, both on the foreign policy front, which we've talked a lot about with Saudi Arabia and with Venezuela, but also here at home. We clearly are seeing a Wall Street sized blockade in front of Americans' gas prices. It's because they want to pay themselves back from previous times. And I'm sorry, we can't have this situation where because you're trying to get paid back, people are suffering. Here in California, the national average or the statewide average is $5.80 a gallon. That is just hundreds of dollars a day or a week that are being taken out of people's property. And for those who are Angelinos, I think they're called, you people drive far more than I ever even thought possible. The amount of traffic in the city is nuts. So I can't even imagine what these people are spending whenever it comes to their gas bills. I just put it all together, and it's very clear here what the issue is. And we're just not even having a discussion nationally about what to be done about it. Everybody's like, oh, well, we can cut the state gas tax. Look, that's like 30 cents. We need to drop this thing by $1.50.
Well, the problem too is that those efforts, which I also support, to cut gas taxes temporarily. In fact, we should be moving away from a system where highways are financed by gas taxes, because ideally we'll be reducing our consumption of gas, or the idea of, giving everybody gas cards, sort of, another stimulus to be able to help to afford gases. The problem is that then you likely have the impact of increasing demand. And if you don't deal with the supply side, you're just going to continue to put upward pressure on
You're going to make them more money.
Right. Yeah. That's it. So, you have effectively a capital strike here in terms of short-term increased production. Of course, that I think the most elegant solution is just to nationalize these companies so that we can ramp up production in the short term and wind it down in the long term. But we all know how politically unlikely that is. Then again, I think all of it is politically unlikely,
Yeah, no, look, and I think that's the problem. I keep trying to find some sort of way. I'm like, there's got to be a way here. And yet, as you just said, let's say we cut the gas tax and we increase demand. Then we're just making Exxon even more money and paying back the billionaires who financed their drilling in the first place. That's nuts. So if you're anti-oil, oil company, you should not be for that. we should have to be in some sort of solution where we can balance both their profit, our own supply needs, and then also just break the capital strike, which is happening. I mean, there's that clip going around right now. I wish I had cut it for this, which is that the Pioneer CEO saying, "We will not drill even if the barrel is $200 a barrel." And I'm
I
like,
didn't see that.
what insanity is this? We can't have this situation. And the people here are suffering. I mean, yes, it's the entire country, but there's 12% of the U.S. population lives in the state of California, and these people drive all the time. And people who drive Uber or people who drive trucks, or all of the input costs that go into people's food and more, is just outrageously expensive. It is an everyday tax on American working citizens, and we have to do something about it. So at the very least, I thought I would do this, short talker thing since I'm on the road, for people to at least understand what the problem is, because that's why that is why gas is right now.
It's not Keystone. It's not actually Putin even. I mean, there's just like a whole narrative being spun on the Democratic side and the Republican side that is not reflective of what is really going on.
Hey guys, we're going to be totally upfront with you. This is the most perilous time that we have ever operated in.
It is so difficult just to try to sort through the news, but even more importantly, to bring you accurate information as this wave of lockdown and censorship spreads across the nation.
Yeah, look, if you can become a premium subscriber today at breakingpoints.com, you're going to help us build out a vibrant, independent media ecosystem which is free of mainstream pressure. We can't tell you how important that is at a time like this.
Yep, that's right. Go to breakingpoints.com to subscribe. We love you guys and we appreciate you so much.